to the Section 3 review on price index. We're going to use problem Section 3, summary page 152, number 7. I'm trying my best not to yell into this microphone here, but so for this problem, I went ahead and took the problem in the book, and the first thing we have to calculate when we're doing price index is to calculate the market basket. Now remember, price index is a way to kind of approximate changes in price level. Price index is a general term. In order to do a price index, you have to have a market basket. In the textbook, they refer to 3 different types of price indexes. The first one being CPI, Consumer Price Index, PPI, Producer Price Index, and then the GDP deflator. Just remember, all of those are examples of price index, just using different market baskets of goods. So CPI is the most common, but price index is the generic term. So first thing is the market basket, and remember the market basket is what people buy. And in this situation, we're going to say everybody buys 3 English books, 2 math books, and 4 economics books. Now to do the math here, we would have to find the cost of each component of the basket. So 3 times 50 is 150, 2 times 70 is 140, 4 times 80 is 320, 320 plus 140 plus 150. The market basket is 610 in 2008. In 2009, 55 times 3 is 165, 72 times 2 is 144, 90 times 4 is 360, 360 plus 144 plus 165 is 669. And then the year 2010, 3 times 57 is 171, 2 times 74 is 148, 4 times 100, of course, is 400. When you add those together, you get 719. So those are our market baskets using the prices of each good in each year. We're now going to calculate the price index. Remember, the equation for price index is current market basket that's the market basket of the year that you're using, divided by base market basket, which is the year that you're comparing all prices to. You're saying this is our base year in terms of price level, and in this situation we're going to use 2008. So current market basket is going to be, we're going to use the first one for example, is 610 divided by base year market basket is 610. So first year market basket, price index is always 100. And remember, we multiply this by 100 to make it a base out of 100. Year 2 is going to be 669. You're going to then take 669. You're going to divide 669 divided by 610 is going to equal 1.09. Multiply that by 100, you're going to get 109.67, 109.7. And then year 3, 719 divided by the base year of 610 gives us 1 times 100, just move that decimal point, 117.8, or 0.9, I'm sorry, 117.9. And that's simply the price index. Price index, remember, approximates the price level relative to the base year. Now to calculate inflation, remember, inflation is simply a change. It is a percent change equation, but it is a specific percent change equation. But even as a percent change equation, we're going to take year 2, so price index year 2, subtracting price index year 1, over the base, over the year 1, because remember, you're just comparing 2 years. So between 2008 and 2009, the inflation rate, and this is always going to be no inflation, 109.7 minus 100 divided by 100, since we're comparing to 2008, and that would get us an inflation rate of 0.097, 9.7% if you want to make sure it's stated as a percentage. The next year, though, We now are going to do year 2010 to 2009, which is going to be 117.9 minus 109.7, and then we're comparing from 109.7. So that's going to be a difference of 0.07 or 7%. Now you need to remember that you always are using year to year. So in 2010, from 9 to 10, we're comparing to 9. From 8 to 9, we're comparing to 8. Now that's the same. That's exactly the same as percent change, because remember, percent change is simply new minus old over old. So what happens if we said, what's the percent change in price level from 2008 to 2010, from 8 to 10? So we would then say our new is 10, so we would say 117.9. Our old is 100 divided by 100, and that would be a change of 17.9% is the percent change of price level between those 2 years. Same equation. Same equation as inflation, except remember inflation is an example of percent change, which is comparison of changes in price level over years. Going through the book questions really quickly. Question A says, what is the percent change in price of an English textbook from 2008 to 2010? That's simply going to be the 2008 price minus the 2010 price minus 2008 over 2008, which equals 14.14 or 14%. B is what is the percent change in price of math? You're going to do the same equation. That's going to get us 5.7%. C, what is the percent change in price of economics? Again, same equation, 25%. D, which I didn't ask you to do, but it says, using 2008 as a base, create a price index for these books for all years. We did the market basket. I'm not going to walk through that. And then what is the percent change in price index from 2008 to 2010? That is what we did up here, which is 17.9%. Now, I want to do these additional questions that we talked about in class. This is using the price index to approximate changes in price level and what a perceived change in price level would look like. So if a science textbook cost $60 in 2008, this equation would be, using the price level index, calculate the cost it could be in 2010 based on prior data. It would be 60 times 2010 price level, which is 2010 price level, or price index is 117.9. And we're going to convert that. We're going to convert that to a decimal, so we're going to divide it by 100, equals, so then that answer would be 60 times 1.179 or 70.74. Now, I do want to show you a better or a different way that someone mentioned is to set that up as a proportion, and what we would say is, if the top is 2008, we would say the price of the textbook in 2008 was 60 when price level was 100. We want to know what the price is when price level is 117.9. So you're setting up this proportion saying $60 in 2008 to the 2010 price of the book is going to be equal to the same proportion that the 2008 price level was to the 2010 price level. When you cross multiply, when we go 60 times 117.9, when we divide that by 100, we get, well, of course, I divide by 10 again to go to 100, we get 70.74. So again, that'd be 60 times 117.9 divided by 100, just cross multiplying, would be 70.74. So let's set up letter G here. Same scenario here, except this year, this time, and I'm going to just use the cross multiplication example because I actually like it because it's easier to explain. We don't know the 2008 price of the textbook, but we know that in 2010 it cost 90. We know the price level in 2008 was 100, and we know the price level, or the price index in 2009 was 117.9. So now we're going to say 9,000 divided by 117.9 equals, and that's going to be 9,000 divided by 117.9 equals, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. That should be 90,000. 90 times 100, 9,000. What am I doing wrong? Divided by 117.9 equals 76.34. 4. So somewhere along the line, I typed it in the calculator wrong, but the equation on the paper is going to work. So x is going to equal x over 90 equals 100 over 117.9, cross multiply 76.34. And that is what you're going to have to know in relation to price index, in relation to calculating inflation rate from price index, and the calculation of the market basket.